Hey guys, it's Old Man G here, back again with another post-match reaction. This time, pre-season Manchester United versus Inter Milan. Apologies again for the delay. I've been at work, busy day, so please support this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Hit that notification button for latest videos, and follow us on Twitter at WeAreUnitedX. So, I'm just gonna give a brief post-match reaction. Manchester United versus Inter Milan. Again, apologies that we didn't do an audio live stream, but they're just a few. Having watched it and some key specific highlights, there are few things that I just want to pick out, mostly positive and just maybe one or two negatives. So the key positives are, I think, that the man you see in the picture, Mason Greenwood, scored the single goal, 76-minute goal, fantastic goal, turns the defender in as if he's nothing, and it's a great finish. The technique, the strike, to be honest, Mason Greenwood needs to start games next season. He needs to start, where or when, I don't know, but he needs to start Premier League games. He needs to, yes, he might not be able to finish, but that will come in time. We've got to bear in mind that Mason Greenwood is only 17 years old. So he's got time to develop. Yes, the physicality on there, I think he can improve on that. But he needs to start games next season. He's first team as far as I'm concerned. I know, yes, you can say it's a preseason friendly, but you can just see things. Like, to be honest, I feel like even his technique, his is probably better than Rashford's. Just the technique, the precision, it's going to be interesting. And I wonder whether if Lukaku is deemed to be going, whether United and Norwich will think, you know what, it's fine. I'm just going to trust in Greenwood. Greenwood and Rashford, two academy products to basically get United's goals next season to risk. But if it works out on the style of football that we play, the high press, the one touch, well, maybe not high press, but the quick counter-attacking, 1-2 pass, go football, then it's a risk worth taking. So Mason Greenwood had a good game, a very, very good game when he came on. And I think that he's increasingly making a claim. I think, to be honest, a lot of the youth are making a claim and stepping up. And it's just such a shame if, after this pre-season, a lot of these young players don't really feature that much. Because, to be frank, as I'll come on to some of the negatives, they seem to be outshining and outshowing the more experienced, established players, to be frank. Fine. So that's the first positive. The second positive, and I think a very, very, very big positive, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now, to be honest, even though Mason Green was on the image on this thumbnail because he scored the goal and I thought he was good, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was my MVP. He was a beast at right back. And I don't know whether it's because because Ashley Young has played that position for a while, we've become so accustomed to that we like, as soon as we see excellence, we're like, whoa, best player ever type of thing, when other teams are just used to that. But my goodness, no one could get past the guy. And the pace, at one point, I think Inter Milan's 29, who's arguably one of the fastest players in Serie A, he's 10 yards behind the guy and catches up and wins the tackle. And you're like, he has to start. He is our first choice right back by default now. There should be I should not see, unless Aaron Wan-Bissaka is injured or Luke Shaw's injured, I should not see Ashley Young getting anywhere near that team. I don't agree with the boos, because I think if you wear the badge and play well, and Ashley Young always tries to play, you can see effort somewhat, but he's 33, 34. He's not a right back. He's old to be a right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has to be our first choice right back. I will not accept, if Ollie puts Ashley Young ahead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's counting his numbers, his days, sorry. I don't think he will, but he's a beast. And with the fitness, with the preseason, with the intensity, with the physicality and the pace, I think he could potentially be one of the best right backs in the Premier League, certainly in Europe. He's got the potential. Very, very, very good player. I was so impressed with Aaron Bissaka. I mean, a part of me is like, what? I wonder what our season would have been like if we'd actually had Wan-Bissaka last season. I mean, okay, maybe with the preseason stuff like that, but I suspect that if we'd had him, we would have at least gotten into top 4. We could have picked up at least 6 or so points to get into that top 4 with Wan-Bissaka in our side. We would have. I just know it. I know we would have. So, yeah, a lot of praise to Wan-Bissaka, guys. He was my man of the match. I just wow. And for 50 million, to be honest, if he keeps on performing well, and especially when the season starts against top opposition, 50 million will be a steal. An absolute steal. And he's young as well, so high resale value, people want to buy him, but hopefully with United for the long-term future. Fingers crossed. Third positive, Pogba. Pogba, I think, had a good game. Very influential. So again, all the people were haters saying, Pogba wants to leave. Yes, he wants to leave, but he's still being a professional. My stance is that, yes, okay, he's been verbal, say he wants a new challenge. He didn't say he wants to leave verbally. He just said he wants a new challenge, which is, I think, very different to Neymar, who has said he wants to leave PSG. And also the professionalism that Pogba's doing on the field. Now, he could start the season not care, he could be inconsistent and what have you. Or he might just be relaxed and thinking that Madrid are going to be able to get him. Who knows? But all I can judge is based on his performance. His performance was good, was consistent, and no complaints. And if he plays like that, and hopefully, for a year gives us a good season, then fine, we can give him to Real Madrid if that's what he wants. But it was good. It didn't look rebellish at all. The other positive is just the youth in general. Your Sahith Chong, Daniel James, so we signed him. Just Axel Tuanzebe, just very, very good performances by those guys. Solid performances by the youth of Manchester United. And really, as I said in this pre-season, putting a lot of these more established players to shame. I don't know whether that's because of the fitness regime, of how intense it is, but you're really, really seeing the younger players benefiting from that, being quicker, being faster, being more high pressing the ball than some of the more established players who already look quite tired. And that's where going to the negatives, guys. Again, with some of the established players, your Matters, your Lingards and what have you. I'm not saying that they're bad and it's just pre-season, just been to judge, but a lot of the youth are making a claim for first team spots based on the pre-season. And I think Solskjaer, when he starts the season, really needs to assess this team. Your Greenwoods, your Tuanzebes, your Chongs potentially, your Daniel James and Wan-Bissakas were not parts of this squad last season in terms of first team squad. You've got 5, possibly 6 players if you include Garner and maybe a Gomez, but certainly 4 or 5 key that could slot into that first team. Well, and Wan-Bissaka's a shoe-in. Greenwood, I'd say, should certainly be starting games. Daniel James should be having a look in. And Sahith Chong, Garner and Gomez should be at the very least playing League Cup games and or Europa League games regularly. So they're making claims. And if the more established players like Young, like Jones, like Mata, like Lingard, even Martial to a certain extent and so on, just continue to, or at least feel, experience quite lethargic and not really keep up the pace or keep the momentum, then to be honest, their positions are fair. And I think it's good that they're bringing in competition. Wan-Bissaka's competition for Delot and for Ashley Young. Daniel James' competition for Martial and even Lingard. Greenwood likewise. It's good that we're having that. And I think it's very, very important in this conversation because we don't want to repeat of last season, guys. We just don't. And I don't want to see Ollie trusting established players and ignoring form because we need to pursue top 4 this season and have a good season. Thanks for listening, guys. Like I said, please like, share and subscribe to Red Devil Studios. It's just interesting. Lukaku on the bench as well. I feel like he's probably a bit... recent news has said that Inter Milan gave a 54 million bid for Lukaku, which has been rejected. I don't know if that includes bonuses or add-ons, but I mean, come on, guys. It was, I thought 60 million, but 54 million? Come on. We spent 75 on Lukaku. I understand why United want to take a loss. At the very least, he needs to be at that bid for 60-65 million at least minimum with add-ons. 54 is a piss take. Sorry, I don't think that gets erased. Apologise. But yeah, whether he's part of the team or not, I'm not sure. He's still supposedly injured, but we've got good players. We've got good starts. We've got competition. Let's continue this positive momentum. Let's get those transfers done. Thanks for listening, guys. Like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studios. Follow us on Twitter at ReUnitedX. Hit that notification button to get the latest videos from Red Devil Studios. Stay tuned tomorrow where we'll have Red Devil Studio live. Where again, we're getting fans from other teams to have a discussion around their preferred starting 11 as well as preferred captain. It's a live stream, so join the chat. Post your questions. We'll address them in the podcast. Have a nice evening, guys, and cheers.